Hi, my name is Elena, and I'm here to talk about the benefits of simultaneous bilingual education and how to support children who are learning to use two languages. So, simultaneous bilingual education, or crib bilinguals, is when a child is being exposed to two languages from birth. There are several different forms of simultaneous bilingual education. Maybe you and your partner both have different native languages. You both may want your child to learn your respective language to communicate with other family members. Or maybe you're raising your child in a place that doesn't share your heritage language, which is the language that you grew up speaking. If this sounds like you and your family, you may be contemplating or planning on raising your child bilingual. The goal of this video is to share some of the benefits of bilingual education and offer some tips on how to best support your child. So, bilingual education is a fairly new field in linguistics. It seems that more and more people are eager and excited to learn new languages, and we are living in a society that values that. It was previously thought that exposing young children to two languages at once could confuse them and cause the child not to use language at all, or fall behind in academics. And they actually once believed that when bilingual babies heard two languages, their brain could not distinguish between the two, creating one fused language system. But that's actually not true. Much more research has been done on this to prove that children being exposed to two different languages can actually distinguish between the two and create two separate language systems that are being developed simultaneously. Many parents worry if their bilingual child will lag behind other monolingual children when it comes to vocabulary and grammar learning. And this can happen, but it's totally normal and something that they grow out of. Learning two languages takes longer than learning one. And for that reason, when a child is tested on their language ability in one of their languages, they likely won't do as well than their monolingual counterparts when tested on grammar or vocabulary. That is why it is so important to consider both languages a child speaks when evaluating their language capabilities, because it's a much more accurate score of their total vocabulary and not just considering one of the languages that they speak. There's also lots of evidence that suggests that by 10 years old, this gap in language ability between monolingual and bilingual children diminishes. Bilingual children also tend to be stronger in their receptive abilities than they are in their expressive abilities. That is, these children are very good listeners and understand both languages well, but may not be as talkative. Another question many parents may have is, should I speak to my child in my non-native language to help them? And the answer to that is no, absolutely not. Parents should not be discouraged from speaking their native language to their children, even if it is to help them. Children who can speak their parents' heritage language typically develop stronger family ties, and maintaining good relationships among family members leads to better health, greater academic achievements, and a better way to connect with one another. Evidence also suggests that children benefit most from learning through native speakers, so trying to speak to them in your non-native language won't help them as much as you think. Children who are raised bilingual not only can grow up to communicate with a larger population of individuals, but they also prove to have great executive functioning skills. Bilingualism can also support long-term memory, just like learning to play an instrument or playing brain games can, and can help postpone the side effects of Alzheimer's or dementia. When you are teaching your child two languages, you may notice that they sometimes switch back and forth between the two. This is called code switching, and it is completely normal. Sometimes, when a child is acquiring two languages, they will reach into their mental dictionary and borrow a word or phrase from their other language that they deem more appropriate for the situation. This is all part of learning a new language and is not cause for concern. It's totally normal. As they get older, children will start to distinguish who and when is appropriate to use one of their respective languages. On top of all of these great advantages, being bilingual can also serve as a bridge between communities. I'd like to leave you with a quote from Francois Grosjean in a letter to his new grandson who is being raised bilingual. As you grow up, you will be a bridge between the cultures you belong to, and you will sometimes act as an intermediary between the two. So, would you raise your child bilingual? Please share in the comments on your experience raising your child bilingual and check out some of the resources I used for this video listed in the next slide.